says it's raining outside. It's not. Well, it does say forecast. I wonder when that's going to be. 47 on the tree, but I went out, and I think I'm going to be on the deck. Good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. This is a gorgeous day. This is take 2, and this is my second cup of coffee. So if I'm perkier than normal, it's because it's my second cup of coffee. I just couldn't inflict that first version on you, so I'm gonna try again. And the sun has moved so that there's a little bit of shadow on the house, so I'm not feeling so glary in my face, so that's nice. Even my second cup still tastes delicious on the first sip. This is I'm drinking my Queen City coffee from Celeste. Thank you, Celeste. I have so many coffees open now that I thought, oh, well, let me finish up, because I had almost finished my Queen City. My Queen City is also a delicious coffee that I can drink black, which I'm glad of. My Gizmo says it's 40. Well, to be honest, it says 48 now. It said 47 in the beginning of this because that's been in 10 minutes, you know. See that little white thing? That's the tree. That's the sensor for the Gizmo. So when I say it's 47 degrees out on the tree, that's the tree right there. Anyway. It is beautiful out here in my granito. I'm wearing my granito, and this is the T25Mar Blacker yarn, T25Mar yarn, for those who care. And it's enough. I have my fade out here just in case I get chilly. And if the breeze kicks up, I will be chilly, so I will need my fade. But it is pretty gorgeous. And today's the last nice day for a while. I guess it's going to get cold. Dennis says one of these days soon it's going to be 35-degree high. So, and rainy and such. The Gizmo says rain, but it also says forecast on it. Dennis says it's just reading the barometric pressure. I'm guessing. Who knows? By this afternoon. So we all have this friend who you love to death, who gives good advice, who's always right. Well, not always right. You're not always right, Carol. But Carol was right, if you read the comments. After yesterday's dilemma about my Lunum, I don't think I have the pattern sitting on my chair. My Lunum by Michelle Wong. I had the idea that it was pretty big, and I thought, oh, well, it's supposed to be big, and Carol and several of you, and I do appreciate it, said, go try it on, find out how big it actually is before you keep going. And you were right. I had 24 inches of ease around my hips. I redid it. I dropped 60 stitches now, and this is half. I was going to do this last night and I forgot. This is half. So what I did was oh yeah, that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be just right. I was also talking about you would think I would do better since this is the second try. I was saying that I had in my mind envisioned it with a slit up the side because it's so long. It's a tunic length. It's very, very long. And was surprised when I looked at the pattern and it wasn't. It's knit in pieces in her pattern. She likes her sweaters knit in pieces. Anyway, so I've got two. I got the front and the back. I put them together so I don't forget how they're supposed to be arranged. I sometimes, you know, like forget where I am and turn around and go back, and one piece ends up a different length than the other, and I don't want that. So this is the broken twisted rib. which I am enjoying well enough. I mean, if you don't, there is only going back the other way, you knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. In the front, you're knitting, but you're knitting through the back loop, then knitting regular, knitting through the back loop, knitting regular. That's what the pattern is. If you can go look up a broken, twisted rib. But it comes out looking like sort of vertical stripes. Very textury, and I really like it. So anyway, thank you, Carol. Thank you, ladies, for the good advice to stop. You were right. I am going to actually literally measure my my pieces here to try to figure out how big it's going to be. You would think I would have done that last night before I did this bar, but I did the hold on, let me just see. Can you see? Yeah. So this is half a hip. That's going to be plenty, because that's taking me all the way back there, right? Yeah, that's going to be plenty big. If you don't think so, tell me quick before I go too far. Well, I have a fix. Because this is what I did with my mom. I made my mom a vest, and it was knit in pieces. I forgot that my mom's was knit in pieces, and I made it too small, and so I knit a panel up the sides and just added 3 inches. It worked great. It looked great. It looked like a design feature. I can do exactly the same thing with this, so I am not worried. I am going, but that kind of implies I'm going to continue doing it in pieces, and I don't mind doing it in pieces. The only problem will be when I have to start alternating skeins, because this is a hand-dyed yarn, and I don't know if you can really see the variation in color, but if I can find a place where it's obvious. No. Even in the sun, it's not. Anyway, it's, it's got idiosyncrasies in the coloring of the yarn, and I have 3 giant balls of this, and so I got all tangled up. I was pulling for these 2 pieces. I was pulling from the inside and the outside of the same ball, and I hadn't gotten 3 rows before I was so tangled up. I took the scissors and cut both off and reorganized, and then remembered that I had taken out pulled out a sweater before I started, and I had a ball. So that made things a lot easier. So I will be getting myself a bigger bag and always pulling from 2 different skeins. But, yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to ball up the next ball skein, you know what I mean. Wind up the next skein of yarn and kind of eyeball it and see how different it is, because I don't know. If it doesn't seem too different, I'm just going to alternate for a few rows, and but if it's quite different, I'm going to have to do more of that. Anyway, if I just do it in pieces, then I can just decide later, oh, well, this one looks best, and that's the front, although that's not how it's going to work, because I'm just going to put it together, and I'm just going to throw it on, and I won't have to care if it's the front or the back, because they're exactly the same. I do have that problem. I forget who it was. I'm so sorry. I have it written down. Gave me tags that say this is the back. Because I complain about this all the time. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I did yesterday evening. Was I took your advice, thank you all, and started my sweater over, and you are right. You are, boy, were you right. Well, and just think of it, how much faster it's going to go with 60 fewer stitches. I'm like, really? 60? Yeah, I took out 60 stitches. And I'm assuming that first piece was as much of a swatch as I needed to do the estimation, because based on that, you know, 60 stitches, and it was 20 stitches for 4 inches, so that's 12 inches I took off. In theory, I should have 12 inches of ease left. We'll see. How's that for doing math real fast in my head, right? So yesterday was actually quite busy because I took Aura to her rehab. My phone died at rehab. Otherwise, I would have gotten Carol's message before I knit the whole time in rehab, but my phone was dead. But that's okay. I just sat there and knit. It's a relaxing enough knit that this is going to work for me, like the boxies do and stuff, just to pick up and work on, like my blanket. But Aura did very well in rehab. She's feeling stronger. She wasn't nearly as exhausted, so that's good. So it seems like it's working. And since I was 15 minutes towards Lancaster County anyway, dropping her off at home, I continued on and went to our Lancaster County big grocery store we go to get bulk chicken. We've been having trouble getting chicken thighs for the dogs, and so I went out to Shady Maple, it's called, in Lancaster County, and picked up dog food and some other things. You know, then I came home, and then we had to process the dog food. So I was tired last night because we have to freeze it and everything, you know, package it up. And so I was tired. And Dennis had his virtual D&D, and I just sat and I sorted out my new sweater because I'm quite enthusiastic. Thank you, Rebecca, for turning me onto that pattern. The Lunum. I'm sorry. Lunam by Michelle Wong. I'll link it. I'll link it down below. Anyway, but I am seriously thinking about just keeping going with the 2 at a time pieces rather than knitting them in the round. I was finding my needle very annoying. It may be too long. I would have to put a shorter cord on it to do it in the round, but it was like, it was very awkward. So, and I wasn't feeling like that on last night. So I may just keep going. We'll see. I will obviously keep rambling, but it is so gorgeous out here. I will be sitting out here with my everything, just lounging in the deck until it's time to get up and lounge in the house. I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm going to do today. I have no idea. I could do a lot of things, though. I could start on my decorations. In fact, I might just do that. I might just say, just fill one of your new bins and get it ready for the basement. See if that works. We'll see. Meanwhile, I hope you are well. Please, please take good care of yourself. Oh, and it's spring. Happy spring. Happy spring. Oh, happy fall if you're in the southern hemisphere. Happy autumn. Sweater weather. Sweater weather for those in the southern hemisphere. Happy spring for us up here. So, yeah, I'm going to be taking advantage of this beautiful day today. Dennis, I might have told you this already. Maybe I said it in the first one. It's going to go down to 35 in the next few days. So, take it while we can. Thank you so much. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.